Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Ewing Barbecue Podcast. I am Mary, and it has been 9 months since this episode was recorded. It was recorded in June of 2025. It is now March of 2026. We recorded one more episode in 2025 after this because I was busy building my store, which if you are watching the video version of this, you will see I am recording in my office of this store. We recorded the next episode in September, and that was days before a lithium battery exploded and set my office on fire and the place burned down. So we have been on hiatus since then. Legit reason. The wind was knocked out of my sails a little bit, but I'm coming back. And we will be back very, very soon. Promise.
Hey, get in here. Dallas is about to start.
Welcome to the Ewing Barbecue, where we sometimes chat about the show Dallas. My name is Mary.
And I'm Sarah.
Josh here.
I'm Brad, the curator of Fine Gay China.
And I'm Melanie. Welcome to my lair. What are you drinking tonight, Melanie?
Chad brought home earlier some Loyal Oils Indica
Her indica.
live resin THC drink, and it is delicious. Chocolate,
We better do this
pomegranate,
quick.
and ginger.
Melanie's going to be.
Yes.
Right. It's a
I was
sipping
almost
drink.
out of wine. So I did
I
a
also have a
Jaeger
lot.
in honor of our second
No,
of all
Jaeger
five
bomb.
of us. And then I have one glass
Fuck it,
of
I'm
wine.
just gonna do
So I
Jaeger
got
bomb.
the-
We
Nice.
will not be talking about
Just
sticking
wine.
things in Sarah's
No.
butthole tonight.
What you got, wine?
I'm now recording from my new office in my store. There's a co-op down the street that has nice, good food and stuff. And this is organic, fairly traded
We've got one of those in the
wine.
neighborhood too.
And
Love those
it's pretty
places.
good. It's pretty good.
I want one of those.
Looks
places.
tasty. It's a cab, right?
I'm
Is that what it said on the
It is.
label?
Yeah, I like a cab. Yeah.
I do too.
I never thought I'd like anything like Chianti, but strangely I do.
Oh, Chianti's good.
I like every kind of wine. Surprise!
Amy Hare and
saying hello to
Carrie
the chat,
Carver
sorry.
are in the chat. Hello.
Yeah. Hey, party people. Give a quick shout out, as usual, to our Patreon members at the rodeo level and up. And that would be, this week, Brendan Phillick, Captain America, Carrie Carver, Rob Summers, Amy Hara, Anita Wren, Corey Springhorn, Eric Christensen, Dr. Cindy Corliss, Jason Carter, Jennifer Blake, Jennifer Incognito Indelicato,
Incognito.
Carl Reinsch, Laura Bernheim, Michael Jung, Richard Lundberg, Kristen Carlano, and Marie Johnson. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. As always.
You rock.
Cheers.
You rock. Okay, so tonight we are talking about Season 7, Episode 20, Episode 151, When the Bough Breaks.
I am Renaldo Marchetta.
I have some business to discuss.
In fact, he can't even get his sister or her boyfriend Grayson to go in on with him.
Well, that may be very true. But if you can get the right tracks for the right price, maybe even Cliff Barnes might do very well.
And this is what you have been looking for.
Oh, yes. It's exactly what I wanted to know.
You made love
I
to him?
keep getting this
Yes.
server error.
One night, it could have been either one of you.
No way.
Gonna be some
It
disagreement.
does not
Because
pass.
this was a
I'm
filler episode.
hardwired into the because 3 votes to 2,
we're
Mary.
gonna
Sorry.
be having words. Written by Leonard Katzman, directed by Nick Havinga, aired February 17th, 1984. Which was my friend Anita, who is our Patreon supporters, 18th birthday. So on that date, the number one song in the U.S. was Karma Chameleon by Culture Club. In the UK, it is Relax by Frankie Goes to
With the
Hollywood,
PI?
which this was a controversial hit because it had been previously banned by the BBC due to
What's it
provocative
about?
lyrics.
I'm trying to think really fast.
I know, and I was like, relax. Like, I can't even. If it's got provocative lyrics, they've always gone over my head because I don't pay attention.
They still do, because I just think of it being like...
You didn't know what that song's about?
I don't know, like in my mind.
You look it up.
Tell us, mister.
Josh, you tell him. You like to talk about the butt.
Sarah had a long thing about the butt last week, so she should already know about this then.
Don't get me started. We're staying on track.
Less butt this time. The number one R&B song was Patti LaBelle, If You Only Knew, which I feel like this song has been for the past 2 months or something.
Yeah.
There's no big story in the news that I could find.
Naldo's going to be losing
Born
interest in
on
that
this
lady
day
real fast.
was
She's having
A.B.
money issues, 'cause
de
what does he
Villiers,
need her
a
for
legendary South
if
African
she doesn't have the
cricketer,
money?
widely considered one of the greatest
Just a
batsmen
gigolo
in modern
in
cricket,
every way.
known for his innovative and aggressive playing style. And Marcin Gortat, a professional Polish basketball player who played in the NBA for multiple teams, known for his strong rebounding.
Nowhere else are these people getting
skills.
publicity.
It looks like he
except
picked,
on
it
our
looks like he
site.
picked them out of
I've
the
never
field.
heard of
Just here,
many of the people that
our
you mentioned.
show. I have no clue, but
Yes.
we're showing love all the same.
Well,
Great.
he
Those
almost runs into JR. He has to.
We try to
Trivia.
find names that
He
you
has to
can't
duck behind
pronounce
that column
while
here, and
drinking
JR
or sober.
walks
Right,
by,
which is
so
a good amount
that's a
because
that's a
honestly,
narrow
like
miss.
I can't pronounce many things. And
I know
I
we
don't
got
know.
him from the,
The trivia for this week is the title is taken from a
He
line
pulled
in
them.
the
He pulled them
lullaby
off a grave
Rockabye
at a
Baby.
cemetery.
When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bell breaks, the cradle will fall.
It
And
will
down will come
fall.
baby, cradle and all.
What a nightmare.
I know,
I'm
right?
digging a tree.
Me too.
Doesn't make any
100%.
sense.
Marge sang that to Maggie Simpson on The Simpsons once, and then she left the room, and Maggie had a complete nightmare over that whole thing.
Yeah.
So it is a nightmare.
It's one of those dark kids things.
Like Ring Around the Rosie.
Right? Why would?
Well, if he
Yeah.
starts
The Clown
doing
in Rainbow
math,
Room, or whatever the fuck
he's
it
gonna be
was.
suspicious.
This is the
Because the doctor
first
could have
of
told him,
9 appearances
I
by
guess,
Daniel
did they know how many
Pylon
weeks along
as
you were?
Count Renaldo Marchetta.
Gosh.
Or as Katherine says, Marchetta.
But then
I don't
when
think
he
we're ever supposed to know.
introduces himself
It's supposed to
in
be just
this
left
episode, he corrects her.
ambiguous in that way.
He's a piece of shit.
Glenn Corbett's egotistical attorney Paul Morgan sits the series in this episode,
It's
returning at
spelled
the end of season 9. IMDb gave this a rating of 7.5 out of 10.
Good for
100%.
Yeah, pretty good
And
on
for an
Dallas.
episode that sucks.
It didn't suck.
Sting
I know it
one of
did
the-
suck.
I didn't
So,
say it.
like
I didn't say it sucked. I
Slash
said it
sarcasm.
was.
He said,
It trended
"Don't suck it,
towards
stupid."
a filler episode, but stuff did happen.
Brad's starting
Yeah.
to fight.
This one, this came,
Fighting with.
but whatever it
And
was, it came in
these,
at number
according to
1
Christopher
in the
Atkins, were his
ratings.
hardest
Yeah.
scenes to
This
film
episode,
because
you
he was-
You
It's a
mentioned
great episode.
You mentioned Daniel Pylon, and he used to be on The Hamptons, which was created in
He
the
was
wake of the
emotional
Dallas
in those
phenomenon
scenes.
by daytime producer Gloria
he
Monty.
found the miscarriage part
And
to be
his
very
co-stars
emotional.
on The Hamptons included Dallas guest stars Lee Taylor Young, John Riley, and BB Besh.
You
He was
find it
on
emotional to be having
daytime
sex
stuff
with a married
too.
woman?
I don't remember what, but
You know
You
what?
didn't
While we're
find
on
it.
Brad for a second,
You didn't
I
find
really
it.
do
You're
think.
breaking
I
up
mean,
a
I always
fucking
have liked older
household.
men, but
I
not.
was
This
kidding.
isn't in
I'm
like a
so
sexual
sorry.
way.
I
But I
like
really do think that Howard Keel is
Danger
very.
noodle.
He's very handsome. Like I don't want to attractive. I just have it on the background, but like he's really like attractive.
no, he
Handsome.
really is. Like I never
Like that big like.
like
God,
I was
that'll
way
break up a
young
marriage
the last
faster
time I
than
really watched
anything
it,
else.
and I'm in a different place in my life. So now I'm like, oh, hey,
It's
what's
because
up,
we're adults.
Howard?
If you read his biography, he was involved with Marilyn Monroe.
Ketchup in the refrigerator.
Oh,
I didn't realize he had an autobiography. Okay, now I have to find it.
didn't either.
What are you
Yes,
having? A
Yeah.
bottle of wine and some ketchup.
I had it
That's
signed by
right out of
Judy
the fridge.
Keel when I was helping
Ramen
her
noodles.
move the
Ramen
rooms
noodles.
And
at the
ramen
hotel.
Only make believe.
Yeah. And
Maybe it could be a book club.
she
Chicken-
also
What year was
Little
it?
Gerber,
signed the
Gerber
album
chicken
cover
sticks.
in
Remember those?
Howard's
Little Gerber chicken sticks.
absence to represent him.
Ugh.
Back to the
Oh.
show.
Back to the show. We open on Dallas Memorial and Dr. Silver, telephone. There's a lot of doctors really needing to get to
he's
the
really
telephone in the
nervous
background
about
of these
something.
hospital scenes. Please get to the telephone.
Did you notice they were using the blue day for night
Serious
on the
and-
outside
I
shot of the
think it's a
hospital?
combination
It was
serious
kind of
I
and
did not
bluish.
notice.
because
We've had that before. We've
what
seen it
he's
before,
gonna
but I
bring
just
up,
love that.
it's-
Sue
I like
Ellen's
the
room,
tone.
as we go through the
Because
episode in
those
certain
topics
points,
that
like
he's
when
trying to
Pam
be
visits the
introduced.
hospital, almost the wallpapering and everything.
Trepidation.
I thought I felt like she was sitting in a hotel room. They really
Well,
had.
that's the South Fork set.
Redress. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So JR is pacing while Lucy and Peter are waiting in the waiting room. Bobby calls. I guess Jenna probably calls Bobby at South Fork, and
we're gonna have to.
He's thinking about coming down, and she's like, "Hey, there's nothing you can do. She's okay." And I'm probably gonna be leaving soon. So then he just reiterates the news to Clayton and Ellie.
Was having internet issues,
and Peter's probably pissing his pants right now because Peter made a baby, or we think, or he thinks.
Peter.
Well, he's just finding out.
In this scene, I see legit concern from JR. He's a dick, he's a narcissist, and he's a shit-ass husband, but he has a teeny tiny heart like the Grinch.
Little teeny, yeah.
Two sizes
There's nothing actually wrong.
But that's when he gets you. You think he's like all good, and he's like, bam, and then he does something bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Next.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of relaying of information in this first scene, back and forth.
Yes. So we know what's going on.
Right.
Sue Ellen was hit by a car. She wasn't seriously hurt at all, but she miscarried a baby. And everyone's like, "Oh, baby."
He admits to
and her makeup
Peter
is
is not
perfect.
hiding this very well at all. At all. His face is like giving him away. And Lucy is oblivious to it. Like nobody notices. And he's just sitting there like, a deer in the headlights. Yeah.
Well, Lucy is portraying the stereotypical blonde here, and just like totally like.
And her hair is very big in this episode.
Very big.
Like real big.
Yes.
Like she's going to a pageant in 20 minutes. For real.
It almost doubles her height.
The higher
she
the hair,
doesn't really have any. She has nothing. No stakes in this scene.
I'm surprised he's not sitting there with like
she's just there because she was there at the end of the last episode.
That's why they did her hair so big.
Well, they needed a reason to have Peter there that wasn't super sus, you know?
So he figures
like
something
he rode
out
with
and
her
he has
or whatever.
Sly
Yeah.
to set up
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So then they leave, and JR goes into her hospital room, correct?
So we know that he knows what's going on.
And her makeup
it's
is
like
unaffected.
the doctor has to tell JR to go home. That is very unlike JR. JR is shook.
Right.
Like he's almost human.
He does seem almost human for...
We've seen this JR before.
He's shook.
She gave birth after her car accident and was in the hospital in the 79 cliffhanger for what it was.
Alan Ratchet
wasn't. I don't think they planned it as a cliffhanger.
And Alan Ratchet from Alan
He doesn't even
Ratchet's
know
from
about
LA
Peter, so he's thinking that like they just lost another chance because that's what he sees this as. Like,
the relationship
gosh, another chance just went out the window.
With JR, which is.
And I could have had another son. Like I could hear him now. Because wasn't he he was just saying to
very
Llewellyn a few
interesting
episodes
dynamic
ago?
If he's involved.
Wouldn't it be nice to have a brother or sister for John Ross? And she was like, "I'm not having another kid with you."
Right. I was like, "You fucking crazy."
Oh, how times have changed because the doctor says that she can, that she's fine, but they want her to stay in the hospital for days because of the miscarriage.
I'm
like,
right. This could.
That's like same day treatment, right? They send you home.
They're like, okay, like 2 hours. Like, bye.
And the image.
Yeah, in 2000, they wanted to send me home in like 24 hours after emergency C-section, and they let my ex-husband take my staples out. So I'm pretty sure that's a long time for a miscarriage.
My sister had a drive-through
no
delivery.
complications.
She had a drive-through delivery, basically. Her husband almost missed it because he was down getting the video camera out of the car, and came back up, and the baby was like halfway there. So it was just like,
jeez.
And she was home like a day later.
So Donna and the PI guy. Yes. Have a very interesting conversation, and it smells like a very deeply buried scandal.
Yeah.
He can't find anything.
He
can't find anything. He can't find anything, but there's something. There's got to be something because
PI guy?
Right,
you mean Paul Morgan?
Paul Morgan, yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing some PI work on the side, you know?
Some side sleuthing. Side sleuthing.
Yeah, so he's going to keep looking. He's like, all right, I'm going to a party tomorrow or something that some people who used to know him will be at, so I'll keep looking.
I didn't even realize it was Paul Morgan when I was watching it this afternoon. I was too busy taking notes and like listening to what they were saying. I was like, oh yeah, PI guy. It's Paul Morgan. But so then we go to Bobby and Jenna. Yeah. And Charlie
is going to bed and she's worried about Jenna because she's obviously like distraught.
I think
Charlie doesn't know why.
Ambiguous so that
no. And when Bobby and Jenna start talking about it, he says something that I went, no. And then like Pam kind of reiterated it later on. He told Jenna that her situation with that Pam situation with Sue Ellen wasn't the same as Sue Ellen's, something like that, because she
answers it without answering it directly.
I'm trying to think. Jenna and Bobby were having this conversation. Well, and she said something about Pam having miscarriages, and he was like, well, her situation was entirely different. She couldn't carry to term. And I'm like, this is exactly the same as Sue Ellen's situation, because all three of them were accidents, but they've changed the storyline so that, all of a sudden that Pam couldn't carry to term. And I was like, okay, this is sus, because both times, like, she fell off a horse and she fell out of the hayloft.
Right.
Sue Ellen got hit by a car.
Right.
Because there was a rope nope out in the horse, as Sarah would say.
And this is where Bobby, like, gives Jenna the lowdown about a bunch of his backstory with Pam, which I guess Jenna didn't know. She didn't know that Pam had miscarriages. She didn't know that Christopher wasn't their biological child, which was, I guess, a little surprising.
I didn't know that.
Interesting, they'd never mentioned that before. Yeah, he'd never brought that up before.
Never happened. And then he's like, oh no, he's actually like my, I don't consider him last, but actually, and then he brings up my Sue Ellen's sister's baby.
Yeah, he's actually my nephew.
I mean, that is kind of a fucked up story if you think about it. Like, if you're just here,
we like to keep it all in the family down here. Yeah.
You'd think as serious as they've gotten it.
7.5 years old.
Right,
exactly. Come up.
Yeah.
I think we're going to say 7.5.
I feel like it's Bobby all of a sudden finally like really getting into the relationship or something. Like, okay, I'm going to tell you all my stuff.
And
then he goes into whether he's Charlie's father again.
I think I did.
Right. Which, of course, he's known for years. But okay, let's pretend that it didn't happen. She's just like, why are you so obsessed with this? Like, would it really matter to you? Like, would it change your feelings about either one of us if it was true or wasn't true? And
well, why doesn't she just be honest?
Why don't you just fucking drop it?
Why can't she just say,
I'm not hearing yours? But occasionally I do, but it's not when I'm talking.
I agree.
I don't know, because she did in 1978.
Right.
I don't know, because she's like, I fucking keep telling you and you keep asking me the same question. I don't know.
Definitely.
But every time I ask you, you're a different actress.
We've already changed history.
I'm wearing space
with the show by the right. So
it's like confusing. Yeah, and then so she's about to say something, and then once again, like Charlie cock blocks the situation, and she's like, "Mom, can you come here?" And she's like, "Okay, I gotta go. Bye."
You tuck me in. I'm a teenager, but tuck me in.
It's almost like the writers have realized their mistake, and now they're like confused about what they should do about it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and they just throw shit in, not realizing that there's nerds out here 40 years later who are like,
"Well."
No.
Hey,
but I reached on things like when I rewatched it in like the 90s, I was like, that doesn't make sense, because I remember watching like a true fan who's already picked up on this, right? It's just fucking weird.
Right.
I can understand if they had been like daytime soap opera and they were 40 years into their run and there's some continuity thing from year 3 all the way ahead, but we're only 6 or 7 years into the series here.
There's not usually reruns of daytime soaps, which at this point, this show was already in syndication, I believe.
That's true.
So, like,
I guess that makes a difference too, because
that's right.
I mean,
get us another bottle of wine.
You really didn't have to like syndication for daytime soaps until like cable networks, right?
Until SoapNet, right? And then still to this day, they don't really
filter.
They take them down a lot. They have reruns of Old Dark Shadows from the 60s a lot of times, but not of the other ones. I actually bought some from some guy of Santa Barbara from some guy in Russia.
That's where you can see the boom mic in the background of like and set pieces falling over in the Dark Shadows.
Yeah, because it was recorded live to tape. And they were trying to do all these crazy special effects all the time. And
I didn't know that.
It's funny to watch those because The actors are flubbing their lines and everything, and nothing's edited. It's so funny.
So good. And I guess Jonathan Fritt, because they wouldn't, because it would cost too much to reshoot or edit, so he would say only every once in a while when he was like, this is terrible, and he would just say fuck in the middle of it, so they'd have to redo it.
Oops.
But I'm curious, at this point in 1984, going back to the beginning of the series, how, because you hear about, every show has its Bible or whatever, how accurate were they about keeping those things at that time? Because you didn't have these serialized shows.
We're not talking.
So if you watch shows from the 60s or whatever, they're always making mistakes in the older shows because they didn't keep track of all that. So I'm wondering, was this kind of the beginning of them starting to keep track of those things?
Maybe because didn't Dallas famously have a Bible?
Well, they did Bibles. Yes, they were. They were known for their Bibles. And I think,
and I got it wrong.
And their predecessor, as far as a primetime soap show, was Peyton Place, and that was on in the 60s. So I don't know what they were doing with their.
Well, that Peyton Place wasn't on that long, though.
No, that was not on that.
It'd be interesting to research and find out when they really started doing that, because, like I said, if you watch westerns or like Leave It to Beaver, you never know where they live, because sometimes they're in California, sometimes they're in Ohio, or, whatever. It's like nothing's
that same
consistent.
Neighborhood is like Westport, Connecticut.
Right.
In like 5 different shows.
Right.
Some shows, though, want to be ambiguous, so they could say it's in small town USA and just.
But in trying to be ambiguous, they contradict themselves.
They do, absolutely. So Sue Ellen's eating breakfast when JR comes in with some flowers.
Yeah, and she did not know she was pregnant.
Girl is shocked.
Pregnant and
she
miscarried.
Goes from sheer confusion to frustration with JR to fuck in less than a minute. Like her whole, she's like,
nope, bro.
What? And then the realization sets in. She's like, God.
She needed
like,
cock.
Shit. It could have been either one of them.
Womp, womp, womp. So then we're in a helicopter.
It's an episode of The Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
And we've made it to California with Katherine so far, correct?
Yes, we are. Because they are looking at the beachfront in Malibu, which is the most expensive place to live in the country.
Wait, is that whenever she's in the red dress?
Yeah, with a car.
I said about that.
Yeah, they land the chopper, they get a limo. She does all the rich people things.
That's what you do, is you fly by somebody's house before you visit.
Right. Do a flyby.
Yeah, you do a flyby.
For real.
This
champagne wishes and caviar dreams.
I put down one thought for this scene when I was just listening to Katherine talk. It is something is seriously wrong with you.
Katherine?
Like the lengths you are going to do this, woman.
Wait, Pam had no business telling him that.
And when she's talking,
what
are you talking about? Just going there, period, or when she's having that conversation with
the PI?
When she's in the helicopter.
Yeah, she is picking
good opportunity for them to use.
Hang on 1 second. There's a cat crawling on
Good
the
opportunity for them to shoot a scene in California since they are no longer in Texas.
Then we cut to a man running on
use that coastline there. Helicopter.
We get a little bit of backstory
in this
for
week's episode
Renaldo
of
Marchetta.
Fuck, I Miss the 80s.
And we're reminded
Basketball
that he goes
shorts.
from rich lady to rich lady.
Over the calf, almost
And
knee-high
the
socks.
current rich lady that he's
Running on
living
the
with lives in this ginormous house that we're looking down upon. And they met in Canada and moved together from Canada to the U.S. to that house in Malibu. But it's up for sale because they think she might be
But she's
having
a
some money
beautiful
problems.
psychopath, so it's okay.
Which means Katherine's like,
she's got
now's
that
my
red dress
time
on
to
and hat.
get in there.
Naldo's
Reel
going to be
him
losing
in.
interest in that lady real fast if she's having money issues. Because what does he need her for if she doesn't have the money? I'm just a gigolo. And they're everywhere.
The guy's a gigolo, man.
What happened to those eggs? Like every
to the hospital
Walmart,
where
everything,
Peter
they all had,
is
like,
bringing flowers
so
to
many
Sue
of
Ellen. Are
those
those like
eggs.
literally carnations? It's like 5.
Where are the eggs now?
It looks like he picked them out of a field.
Just 5.
You just pull them out of the.
They're in a
Either
landfill
that
with all
or
the hard
he got them at the
catalogs from the
grocery
library.
store.
Well, he almost runs into JR. He has to duck behind.
Me too.
He has to duck behind that column there, and as JR walks by. So that's a narrow miss.
Super awkward.
I know where he got him from. The chapel in the hospital downstairs.
Maybe.
He pulled them off a grave at a cemetery.
That's Pentecost. Yeah.
Sarah's getting into poop
And so he goes and she's asleep, or at least pretending to be, because I was like, if that was me, and I was like, oh, fuck, I would just pretend to be asleep.
Me too.
Another psychopath.
It's just there.
Yeah, and not only
It was
that, I'm like,
interesting how they split.
I thought on this one, I was like, you are lucky he did not bug that hospital room.
No
Like,
shit.
he has eyes and ears everywhere.
But he's not suspicious of that at this point. He thinks the baby's his from their one.
Well, if he starts doing the math, he's going to be suspicious. Because the doctor could have told him, I guess. Did they know how many weeks along he was?
They didn't mention
Which
that.
causes
That
an
he
awkward
asks
look
later,
between,
they won't tell her.
Bobby and Jenna
a
little bit. there.
Which
I
is
don't think we're ever
ridiculous.
supposed to know. It's supposed to be just left ambiguous.
Yeah,
If somebody says ambiguous again.
Can you spell that?
I'm kidding.
there will be no spelling.
Spelled.
So
There.
Sue Ellen is at least, I think, pretending to be asleep. And Peter comes in. And he's just like, he's so sad, you guys. He's
Doing
so
with
sad.
one of his little.
It's sweet, but he's way overstepping, and it's.
It's like, I'm guessing that we'll never, ever have another child now. So, but I want you to know how much this one would have meant to me.
And these, according to Christopher Atkins, were his hardest scenes to film because he was of the emotional.
I'm not wrong. Or no.
Not really a spoiler.
He
We
was
just learned the
emotional
name.
in those scenes.
He found the miscarriage part to be very emotional for him, as far as filming it.
You didn't find it emotional to be having sex with a married woman?
First, they said they were going to go have coffee.
You didn't find it emotional breaking up a fucking household?
I'm
just kidding. I'm so sorry.
At that young age, all he can focus on is how much he loves her and how great it would have been to have that baby with her.
And
even though, like, the reality of that baby, he has no clue. No clue.
No,
oh my God,
that'll break up a marriage faster than anything else.
Yeah, it would have imploded her entire life. Like, yeah, she would have been living in that apartment with him with nothing, no custody of John Ross, and Jay actively trying to ruin both their lives. Yeah. They'd be out of Dallas with the kids.
What do you have in your fridge? A bottle of wine and some ketchup. That's what they would have
Ramen
in
noodles.
their fridge.
Ramen noodles.
Basically,
and ramen noodles and soda crackers.
Vienna sausages for the baby.
Chickens. Little Gerber chicken sticks. Remember those? Little Gerber chicken sticks.
Same thing, basically. Janet. So then he leaves.
And I say, no, ma'am.
And then we cut to Barnes Wentworth, where Cliff is very serious and he wants to talk to Pam.
He's really nervous about.
Is he nervous? I thought he just seemed really serious.
Serious, and I think it was a combination of serious and nervousness because
maybe
of what he's going to bring up. It's was a closed topic that he's trying to reintroduce. So
that's
a little
true.
trepidation on his part.
So yeah, he finds out from Jackie that Pam has just come in. He's like, "Can you hold her costs because we need to talk?"
You said that.
And so then he goes in and he wants to talk about offshore drilling. So at first, Pam was annoyed, and and she's just like, "Why, Cliff? Why do you keep bringing this up? Like, why do you want me to do this?" And then he's like, "Because you're my sister and you're my family, and it's been the two of us against the world. And Ewing always stick together as a family. They got their whole thing, and I want us to be that."
He admits to being jealous of what they have.
Yeah. And that gets to her. And she's like,
I think it's brave of him to.
And she's like,
speak his
okay,
truth.
maybe
Look, I
we
want an
talk
answer,
to Pornstache and we'll figure it out.
Make his decision about what to do based on her.
And then we got to JR, who's been listening to recordings of Cliff's calls where he's just a tape recorder. He's just giving his own riff tracks there.
I'm surprised he's not sitting there with a box of popcorn or something, just chopping down.
Make a decision.
He's being judgy McJudgerson.
So he figures something out, and he asks Sly to set up a lunch or meeting with Mary Lee Stone. So we know that he knows what's going on.
We couldn't be bothered with him playing that in a regular tape recorder, tape player, so we could hear what was going on. He just kind of narrates it.
Right, because we already know what he is finding out, so there's no need to rehash conversation. Bobby meets Clayton at the Oil Barons.
Oh yeah, Oil Barons Club.
Clayton decides not.
Clayton turns him down for business.
Right, he does not want the relationship with JR, which is lukewarm at best, to explode if the deal goes bad if he's involved, and he also does not want to be looked at as buying his way into the Ewing family.
It's a completely reasonable, well thought out decision. I think.
If she says no,
gosh, how much do we love Clayton? It was well written, well performed, and
he's an honorable man.
He's absolutely right. This could
go sideways,
have lasting repercussions on his relationship with Miss Ellie, with
the first gay marriage,
and the image that he wants to portray.
Yes,
for all the times that they kind of have flimsy excuses for why things happen. That was really good.
Right.
Kudos to the writers on that one. Back to the doctor, you were saying?
So now we go to the hospital.
Yes, now we're at the hospital. And the doctor's saying that swelling can probably leave tomorrow, reassures her that she is completely fine. There's no permanent damage.
That turquoise sweater dress came
And I guess swelling says that they talked at the oil baron.
Never saw
it on camera. Obstetricians go to oil barons.
So Teresa has
I was like, okay.
Lots of
and
donors.
So she just casually brings up like, hey, well, I guess I must have been pregnant then. And this is the doctor's like, probably
China is not gay enough.
This is weird to me because she should have been able to tell her as the doctor how far along she was when she miscarried. Because for example, my mom had a miscarriage like a year and a half after this episode aired. And they were able to tell how far along it was.
They can tell how far along.
Her excuse to me is bullshit. It's like, it doesn't really matter now. Like, the woman asked you a question.
She asked you a direct question.
Yeah, she deserves to know. Don't, like, that pisses me off so much.
And they can tell you.
Sue looks so dejected.
I want to leave it ambiguous so we'll never know as a viewer.
They do, but I feel like this scene a little bit, like if we're going to go by any scene, I think this scene answers it, because when she says I was probably already pregnant, she was like,
not had any
probably not, which means that she wasn't that far along.
So answers it without answering it directly.
Right, because she doesn't know, she doesn't understand Swellen's reason for bringing that up. She was just kind of like, yeah, like you weren't that far along. So,
well, she saw her at the Oil Ball. Maybe she thought Sue Ellen was concerned about alcohol, even if she wasn't seen drinking or something like, Yeah, but I'm sure that was a legit concern.
But it's not that isn't a legit concern because, one, she would know that Swellen was on the wagon.
Yeah, her makeup was.
Two, they tell you, because as someone who the first time that I was pregnant and I had been I've been drinking a lot at the time, and I was like, no guys, like you don't understand, like I was really, and they were like,
so many of my friends were like shit-faced drunk like within a weekend of finding out they were pregnant. I know so many people that
me too.
They left out the scene
right, and so and they were like, literally, don't worry about it. It's fine. Just don't drink anymore. You're
the booze away.
So I doubt that was it. I don't know. I kind of feel like this is maybe answering that it was probably Peter, but we don't know.
I just remembered being 7.5 years old and seeing this.
I thought you were going to say 7.5 months pregnant. I was like, whoa, no,
7.5 years old, seeing this episode and being completely confused. Like, isn't JR her husband? How can Peter be the father?
Yeah, wait, what?
I don't understand.
That's good thing you didn't ask your mom.
I think I did. And she kind of gave me something.
Well, when a man and a woman get together and he sticks his danger noodle
comes down the stairs.
Oh, God.
So JR and Mary Lee are at the oil barons. And,
she wasn't going to do it, and then but to get him off the phone,
basically hinting around that, kind of poking for, trying to bring her in on the offshore drilling situation, to which she says,
Morgan has come.
No, I've got to stay away from that completely. Well, he knows she's full of crap.
Right. And so then he's just like, all right, I'm going to make her question her life choices. So then he just starts ripping into Cliff and just talking so much smack. And she's like,
in classic JR fashion of
visibly.
And probably Sam Cullen.
And JR
have done this on the phone.
Of course he does.
And she does a terrible job at hiding it, just like Peter did a terrible job of hiding it earlier. She was like, I don't know what Cliff Barnes has to do with anything. Like, yeah, why are you talking about
That's right. Get us another bottle of wine, another wine menu over here. Now we have more day and night at the hospital outside with that blue filter.
And Pam comes to see Sue Ellen and tell her how sorry she is about her miscarriage, because she totally understands her having had two.
She can't carry a baby to term. Totally disregards the fact that, again, both were accidents, just like Sue Ellen.
Right. And you don't know that. You only think that because
I like the lighting.
Because of the whatever.
Pink shirt.
What is it?
Neurofibromatosis.
Something.
Neurofibromatosis.
Which now she knows that it's not even her dad. So like, what?
Yeah.
But I think that I think the multiple. I want to say that from what I recall, that the multiple miscarriages caused damage that she wasn't going to be able to carry to term.
They thought, but like also, a lot of people have a lot of miscarriages. So I'm just questioning all of their
daytime
really
so
hokey medical shit.
Everything was fine earlier. And
hokey
now
TV medical
We're not
shit.
talking St. Elsewhere here. They didn't have
She's
medical
upset.
staff
Mildly.
on the writing team.
Okay.
Obviously.
Concern. She's
Very
concerned.
obviously. And as Pam is leaving, she sees Peter, who's walking in to see Swellen. And Pam is kind of side-eyeing this situation. Pam's like, oh, where are you going? And he's like, oh, I was going to go say hi to Mrs. Ewing because reasons. And
I was
like,
John Ross's counselor, so I got to know her. And yeah.
If that relationship
Pam's
goes
like,
tits up,
she's
there's-
resting.
He's already bankrolling the boutique.
Okay.
Granted,
I know,
she's paying
but
back.
out, first
She's
of
paying
all.
back.
Butt out, right.
None
They're
yet.
already
Okay.
And so she's like,
They're
you can come
already
back tomorrow.
pretty deep in
And he's like, okay, go Pam.
But,
Well,
yeah, but
and
as a
can I
mom,
just say,
though,
going
like, I
back
get
a little
what you're
bit,
saying,
that
but also the child's
Sue
not
Ellen
5.
confessing
The
to
child's
Pam
13.
that she
So
just
the mom
needed
can
that
talk
D
to her
one
and be like,
night
look, I hope we work
sent
out.
me.
I really hope this
Right?
works out.
Oh my
If
God.
something happens,
Just like,
y'all
I
can
don't even
still
want
be
to ask this
friends. You can still
question.
ride
Sue
your
Ellen's like,
horse.
she's like, I just needed a man.
Yes.
Like, I just
still
needed a
hurt her,
man.
though.
I just
It's an
needed
odd
this
way to
girl
go
needed
through a
some D.
relationship.
And Pam's like,
Like not wanting
girl
certain
got
gifts
it.
to be
I'll
given
speak
to
for
each
Got
other.
Sarah. She needed a note.
Well, this may not work out.
That's
She
right.
needed.
Sometimes
She needed
Sue
tact.
Ellen was like, what really stood out to me was that when she was like, yeah, well, in his own way, JR really does love me and he does want more children. It was how she prefaced
Well,
that
she
in
wanted-
his
she
own
wanted to go
way. In
upstairs
his
and see
own
John
way,
Ross's train
which we
set,
all
so
know
that's
is
not a
super
normal 13-year-old girl.
I want
questionable.
children with you, but
Yeah.
Which is his
I
selfish.
want children with
own
you, but
way.
I want to sleep with every other woman around possible. And who knows how many other children I have out there, those little bastards.
Exactly. I want to spread my seed.
But
and have as
only
many
if you
boys
don't
as-
want me to sleep with those women. If you are okay with it, then what? Unacceptable.
Yes. This scene
So
of Pam
strange.
reminds me of in the miniseries in the
true.
early part where she was very Pam solves everything. Pam knows. Pam does it all.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And continue.
And Pam had no business telling him that, but so she does. She got the. She
Continuing
knows
this
what's
She's
spoiler
picking up
scene where,
something. And she's
Yep.
like, oh,
you'll
She
have
may
to
not know
cut
what it
this
is, but
She's
she
pick-
is picking up something.
she's a little bit like the
I
roommate. She's
keep
like, I
seeing the
don't.
scene on YouTube.
She's picking up
Oh,
what's
wow.
unintentionally being put down.
Yes.
Then we
Pam,
cut to a man running on a
Bobby, and
beach
Christopher
that we later find out
run into Charlie
is
and
not-
I got
In
something to
this
say about
week's-
this.
Could it be Naldo
bikers-
In this week's
Marchetta?
episode of
Naldo
Fuck, I Miss the 80s.
the short
Basketball
shorts.
shorts, over the
That's
calf,
right.
almost knee-high socks, running on the beach.
Right?
Say
Yeah,
it.
fuck
She's
you.
wearing. She
Yeah.
takes her fucking shoes off and she's
I mean,
wearing
I
goddamn
remember acting
pantyhose in the
I was
sand.
15 or 16.
It
I
makes
acted
me
She's a
cringe and my
psychopath.
neck.
Psychopath.
And that's
She's gonna get a
I knew
run
who
in
your
there
dad
so
was,
quickly.
though,
She's
so-
gonna hit
She
a
is
little
a
stone.
But she's a beautiful psychopath.
That
So
was
it's
She's
okay.
got that red dress on and
Yeah.
the hat,
That
and the
is
red
what
lipstick.
my eyes were
True.
on.
Sweet but a psycho. Yes.
Look, my eyes were drawn to that, and the minute that she started putting those toes or those pantyhose in the sand, I lost it, and that's all I could concentrate on because it's disgusting. I remember those fucking eggs that your mom used to buy pantyhose in legs. That's
What
all I
happened
could
to those
think of.
eggs?
And that's still right
Like,
now
every-
thinking about it.
Department store, Walmart, everything, they all had like
They don't sell
so
them.
many of
I mean,
those
they still have
eggs.
pantyhose, but they're not in the.
Where are the
I don't
eggs
even
now?
think
Final
legs.
scene.
The
There's no-
legs,
No, they put them in cardboard boxes now.
They're in a landfill
I
with
know.
all the card
Look at
catalogs
that.
from the
I was
library.
Cut down on the plastic.
I used to collect those
Turns on
and
the
fill them
charm.
with shit and throw them at my
But,
brother.
You filled them with shit?
Not
We'll
real
see.
shit.
We'll see.
Well,
Stay
one
tuned.
time I did put my little teacup poodle's poop in there and I laid it on his pillow.
Okay,
So
everybody.
he think it was candy and he opened it and shit.
He's
I
put
got
out
grounded for 6
flowers,
weeks
he's
for that.
cleaned up.
Sarah's
he's put on
getting
his
into
best
poop and
shirt.
bowels again. Okay, here.
I never did that again. No,
Okay,
I
so
learned
Bobby comes to pick Jenna and Charlie up
And
to go to
this
Southport.
is the scene.
was
that
interesting.
was
Another
used
psychopath,
in,
Bobby.
It was interesting how they split the Naldo
breakup
scene
scenes.
and then put in the
rips him
Bobby and
up
Jenna
in the scene.
and Charlie scene, and then went back to.
I mean, you've got to put your foot
Right.
down.
It was on
You wanted
purpose.
this she had to do this.
It's almost a
And
show
Yeah,
how
because
much
Charlie
together.
is
he
like
melted into the
hugging
ground
her
like
father
he was
figure.
scolded like a
Mhm.
child.
She was
And saying,
watching
I
them
love
Which
you.
causes an
earlier.
awkward look between
Yeah.
Bobby and Jenna a little bit there because
Yeah.
She's been saying what we've
There's
been
like
Well,
some
trying to
he's the
say
one
what
that
we've
bought her
been saying
from
for
those
months.
two. It's Bobby's fault.
Yeah.
He bought her a fucking horse last
He
week.
bought her a
Like,
horse,
just think
and
about the very
he
first,
now
like,
knows that
crush.
Charlie
Like,
told
crush. Like,
Jenna,
crush.
and
Like,
he's
oh,
worried
you
about
remember your high
Jenna's
school boyfriend, like,
reaction.
your first real, like, she's so
Yeah,
cute,
he
and then
probably
he
should
never
be.
called you back. Or-
Jenna's cool about it. She's like, it
somebody
makes
says
my
you think
daughter
you're ugly,
happy,
or
but at the
that's what
same
this
time, she's
reminds me.
like,
Like,
you
how
know.
can you be that
Don't spoil her.
stupid
Don't
to
get her
think
that comes later, when they have the discussion about it. But she's like, it makes Charlie happy, cool, whatever.
And live with
and
you
that's
in this
when Charlie
woman
says that
and
she loves
raise a
Bobby.
child. Like, are
And then
you
Bobby's like,
fucking stupid?
And I
You're in
believe,
college.
if I am correct to assume,
And he
this
said,
would
yes,
be the horse
I did.
Darius that we later learn the name of.
It's Darius.
Spoiler.
Is that,
and
Not
that's
really a
actually
spoiler. We
so
just learned the
bad.
name. That's not much of a.
And Jenna's having a moment. And then we cut to, don't we just cut back
to the
to?
beach.
we cut back to the
The
beach.
beach here.
Oh, we cut back to the beach. Okay.
First, they said they were going to go
Too
have
bad she doesn't
coffee
have her
or something,
own
but
private
you're
for
not.
somebody to
I don't see
run
any
him out.
coffee. You're walking on a
Somebody
She
direct.
must have decided that he was too sweaty and nasty to go for coffee and said, you know what, let's just walk on the
Catherine,
beach.
you are certifiable.
And she gets the
Certifiable.
information that she has been wanting, but we don't know what that is.
Right. I think we can guess it based on her reaction, but
Can we, though?
Gonna ask
Can we
her-
guess?
We're not going to.
I think we could if we were really paying attention to this, but
But
I
we're,
know, but
because
like,
she's really
figured it out.
excited. She's like,
we're
"You
not going
blah, blah, blah."
to speculate.
And
Just
your carpet's ugly too.
string people
no,
along.
I'm not speculating.
Mom just
Speculation
grounded
free.
me from sex.
So now we go to Barnes Wentworth. And Pornstash comes in and starts to call out Pam
And
on
scene.
a question he
Peter's
asked
gonna
her
have to stop.
and kind of makes a demand of her.
He kind of freaked
Like,
out.
ma'am, what's up with the offshore oil leases? And also, what's up with the question that I asked you a couple weeks ago that, like, you can't answer? Like, you said,
teetering on it.
like, I'm not a very patient man.
Obviously.
Then get the fuck out. I can make my
Yeah,
mind
and
up.
he's kind of like telling Pam to shut her get off the pot when he's like, look, I
crusty
proposed,
Playboy
and you're like,
magazines.
I need time. Well, I've given you time, and I don't like that he
beverage
said,
has
I
set it on
think I'm
Melanie. She wants to
entitled to an answer.
You entitled little
Right, I
prick.
kind of gross, but
If you-
I
you
think
said that
his
to me, my
request- Yeah, I think his request at the end was better delivered. Like, hey, I'm going to go away on a trip. If give you a little more time, but I'd really like you to decide when I come back.
And this
by
is
the time
quite
I
the
come back.
trip. He's going to
Like-
South America and then to the Middle East for 2
That's more
weeks.
reasonable, but I still don't like that he's putting a timeline
2
on it.
weeks. He's going to be going to South America and the Middle East.
I think we all are somewhat of agreement that we don't necessarily like
It's
Mark.
not my least
Porn
favorite
stars.
episode. I
It's
still
not
love the
that
show.
right
I
now.
love this episode because yes, I love them all.
But I think it's brave of him to
I
speak
can
his
think of
truth
one that
here
I will
and
definitely
say,
rate
look,
lower
I
when we
want
get
an
there.
answer. That's fine. Then
One of
he's
the
going
lower
to
ones.
make his decision about what to do based on her answer, rather than her stringing him along.
Did he ever in that conversation
Like that look.
say,
Ouch. I thought I
when
was
I get
harsh.
back, make a decision, and then either way we can still be friends? Or was he like, we get married or we don't? Or
He said, like, either way, I'll be the happiest man alive, or I will be really sad, but I'll get over it.
Yeah, because he's rich. He's got options.
That doesn't imply
Which
that
is
they're
what
going to
a
be friends or not
non-incel
friends.
said. Correct.
well, I mean, could they still date if she says no? They can still be
He's making it
exclusive and
sound
be
like
monogamous.
that. Like
He's making it sound like no, which is kind of crazy, like out of nowhere after he's been pursuing her through her entire marriage. He's like, yeah, and he hasn't even really given her time to like let the divorce settle.
No shit, Mr. Morals over
Right.
there with your hand on your hip.
Listen, I speak from experience. It took this one 2 years to be ready to date again. So
Nobody.
But y'all may have needed
Nobody
that break.
It's
They may
gonna-
have
it's
needed
gonna-
that little breakish
It's
thingy
gonna
to be able to.
exfoliate.
yeah,
Nobody likes
I
sand
feel
in their
like Pam
crevices.
is being overwhelmed, and she's just like,
Why the fuck?
whoa,
Or is
you
it-
know.
if
If
Or
she
is it
says
a
no, there
crevice?
is somebody that is willing to jump in because Cliff Barnes is in love with her.
yes, maybe that's his other
Wait,
option.
what?
They could have
I mean, they would have been
the
such a
first
good
gay
couple.
marriage in primetime soap opera.
Okay. That bromance, man.
I mean, Dynasty got pretty close to that.
Yeah, and we didn't really
No,
discuss that.
I
but
totally,
it's like
I ship them.
seriously, like
Can
how?
work.
You're
That would be
married, but
amazing.
I'm
Yeah,
affair.
how could you
Okay,
have
well,
not?
Lisa has big lines in them. She has a
Yeah.
big scene.
But my mom had that sweater dress too. That turquoise sweater dress, paying more in that scene. My mom had
Really?
that. Yeah, I
Nice.
mean, exactly. She did that color and mauve.
Nice
I'm about to say,
sweater.
you're
dress.
Lisa has a big,
in the show, right?
lots of
Yeah.
lines here.
Yeah, she tripled her paycheck that week.
Yeah, because Ellie wants
Something.
way gayer China than
Definitely
she has.
child
China
rape.
is not gay enough.
It's not gay enough.
She's in her
needs to be gayer.
wheelhouse.
And she wants to redo her
Actually,
role.
probably
Again, come here. Okay,
In
like didn't you just had your whole thing redone because it was
probably
on
in that
fire?
phase where
What?
yeah,
If it's not satisfactory,
Yeah.
No, she needs
Yeah.
to. She needs to redo it
Like,
if she's going to
you're
have another
firing them
man
off.
living in.
There will be people that find this years from now, maybe even maybe having already
like the end of the fire.
find the show and hear that, and then have to
That's
look
what
up what
Peter's sperm
gay
was.
meant in the early part of the 20th century.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I'd be
They'll
like,
have no clue.
But, and I feel like they even knew what they were doing in this.
I'm going to give it a 2.
They had to. It's
Whoa!
1985
No,
for
just
God's sake, or 1984. Sorry, but still.
But that's something that a woman of that age at that time
we'll save
would
those
have said
episodes.
Mary's face is as red as her hair.
and not had any sexual connotation.
Not
I
had to
didn't pick
be.
up the gay part. I just picked up that she wanted new china.
We've already covered
kidding,
that.
I
You didn't hear.
You didn't pick it up at
hear
all.
that, that's
No,
why you didn't pick it up.
the thing that stuck out to me, I was like, she wants gay China.
Okay.
So much so that I barely remember the rest of that scene.
3.5.
Okay.
That's not bad.
Well, that's when JR arrives with Sue Ellen.
And then Peter
It
called.
wasn't.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Did she come over from the hospital like that, by the way?
Well, her makeup was her.
Like stuff like
She has
that?
makeup artist
Yeah,
in the hospital.
her makeup was
no
not affected by that accident at all, even in the hospital bed.
The whole outfit, she had her sleeves rolled up and her collar popped.
A lot of
I mean,
yakety
literally,
yakety
I'm in a
were
wheelchair with sweatpants and no shoes
And we
on,
don't
and the
talk
hospital
back.
socks
Gotta
still
put your
healthy.
best foot forward.
I mean,
all the time.
it's not like she was wearing a safari outfit, but
It looked like she just
Yeah.
came back from
It's
being
pop-
away on a trip.
Yes, like she walked in from
They
running
left out the
errands.
scene where they drive up and the hands hoop and holler for her like they did in the episode when she came home after the baby. They left that. They didn't do that this time.
That's true.
I always thought that was an awkward scene. There's Sue Ellen. Like, yeah, let's all welcome her home.
We're halfway to episode
But then Peter
304.
calls and he basically forces Sue Ellen to meet him
10
tomorrow.
a.m. Although
Yeah, he's like, or I'm going to come there. And she's like, do not come here. And he's like, well,
JR
come
comes
meet
down
me.
the stairs. Oh, that was Marcia. She has a new manicurist she wants me to see tomorrow.
She wasn't going to do it, and then but to get him off the phone, so the
stay
JR
tuned
wasn't
till-
suspicious.
to make sure that he wasn't going to come over and be like, hey, remember my baby? She doesn't trust him.
Paul Morgan has come to Donna and Ray's to after this party that he was at.
With a plethora of information. He's flown back to Dallas.
Edgar
driven out
was
to the ranch.
institutionalized for something, but we don't know what.
This is definitely a
We
scandal.
don't know what.
A very buried scandal.
Buried so deep that even Donna and probably Sam Culver did not know.
Couldn't have done this on the phone. Had to come all the way out there just to say, well, he was institutionalized and we don't know.
Well, I wanted to come here one last time before I got written off the show
knows.
for several years.
Right.
JR knows.
Yes, he does.
JR knows what it is.
Yeah.
JR is not going to tell him shit.
And you know,
that.
yeah, pounding
But,
on my door in the
to
middle
be
of the night.
continued there.
When I'm
Right.
sleeping.
Jenna
That was
is
only one of us.
outside
And
staring
you
off
never know which
into
cast
space
members
by the
are gonna
pool
be
when Bobby
on the
comes out to
soundstage.
find her.
Yes.
Sure.
Brooding on the soundstage.
I like the
That's your reading
lighting
on the sunstage.
in this evening scene.
We
And
saw
Bobby's
everyone
wearing that pink shirt with the white collar,
every morning
and he
they
started wearing a lot of the
get
white
coffee
collar
or
shirts
sit in the
with
lobby and
the
wait on their
different
people,
colors.
And she looks a little
they
like
talk to everybody. So
Sylvia Plath-ish here. Like she looks really down,
daddy?
but
Who's your
Bobby
daddy? Who's your
doesn't
daddy?
see that for some reason. And he comes out there and Dust was like, hey, I feel like this might be exactly where I first kissed you. And she's like, not even close. It was by the stables and it was the middle of the day. Like, remember.
And daytime, too.
Have a
Y'all
good
come
night.
back now.
So we have this
Right.
playful exchange. Everything was fine earlier, and now all of a sudden she's upset, mildly upset.
Now she says she
Concerned.
does
She's
have issues
concerned.
about the horse. Yeah. And I do understand why. Because I don't want spoilers, but so the guy you're dating is giving huge presents to your daughter, and then if they break up, like she's like, Charlie is gonna lose that. She's getting too attached to you. Like,
Yeah, if that relationship goes
like I don't want her.
if that relationship goes tits
Basically.
up, they're screwed.
He's already
Okay.
bankrolling the boutique. Granted, she's paying him back.
But,
She's
yeah.
paying him back.
She's paying
They're
him back,
already-
but that's like not involving the emotions of a 13-year-old.
They're already pretty
Well,
deep
but
in this.
but as a mom, though, like I get what she's saying, but also the child's not 5. The child's 13.
I know.
So the mom can talk to her and be like, look, I hope we work out. I really hope this works. I know you love Bobby. If something happens, y'all can still be friends. You can still ride your horse. Like, I think that would be maybe okay. It still would hurt her, though, I think.
It's an odd way to go
I
through a
think the problem
relationship.
is that
like not wanting certain gifts to be given because, well, this may not work out.
They don't treat Charlie like she's 13. She's not treated
no.
at any point like she's 13 until she's supposed to be 16.
Well,
Spoiler alert.
she wanted to go upstairs and see John Ross's train set, so that's not a normal 13-year-old girl.
Right. And because, spoiler, I'm going to try not to spoil too much, but like,
Hey, this is Mary, just breaking in from the edit room. I decided that I wanted to leave this next section in. It has spoilers. If this is your first time watching through, please skip ahead 1 minute and 21 seconds. If you've already watched it or you don't care about spoilers, please continue. I just really like this discussion, so I decided to leave it in.
Think forward a few seasons, like Charlie can't goes off the rails when she loses her father figure, because
that's true.
Totally shits that bed and is just bye. And then he's not at all a father figure to her anymore, and she loses.
Continuing the spoiler scene
she's
where
pissed.
You'll have to cut this out, obviously, but I keep seeing the scene on YouTube where Pam, Bobby, and Christopher run into Charlie when she's with the people, the bikers, and smoking the marijuana.
The bikers,
and then
because she's acting out, and then he tries to parent her, and she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, fuck you,
fuck you."
I mean, I can remember acting out. I was 15 or 16. I acted out, not maybe to the extreme.
Well, you knew who your dad was, though.
I act like an asshole.
You knew who your dad was. She doesn't know who her dad is.
Yeah.
Her father figure situates. Charlie, I feel like I would have really loved to happen with that, because I feel like her dating choices beyond Brad Pitt were going to be questionable because she's had some kind of fucked up father figure.
Yep, forever.
Stuff. Anyway.
It makes a difference.
So, non-spoiler.
And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Final scene.
But Bobby was like, we have something special, the three of us, and I think this will outlast whatever.
Yeah. Turns on the charm.
In which I'm like, yeah.
We'll see. Okay. We'll see. Stay tuned.
And then Swellen shows up at Peter's.
He's put out flowers. He's cleaned up. He's put on his best shirt.
I know.
He's so cute.
Yes.
He's got on his bell bottom.
He vacuumed and everything.
And this is the scene that William Keck used in the breakup scenes on the panel
She rips him up in this scene. I mean, you got to put your foot down if you wanted this to. She had to do this, but she rips him. He melted into the ground like he was scolded like a 4-year-old child.
Well,
and it almost made me teary-eyed.
She needed to do this a month at least before.
She's been saying what we've been. She finally says what we've been saying for months.
She did it way too late.
Yeah.
But also think about just think really quick about your very first crush. Like a true crush, not your high school boyfriend, your first real, he's so cute. And then he never called you back. Or somebody says he thinks you're ugly. Or that's what this reminded me of. It made me so sad.
How can you be that stupid that you think I'm going to leave my almost billionaire husband and everything that comes with that life and live with you in this apartment and raise a child? Are you fucking stupid? You're in college.
And he said, yes. I did.
The way he yelled in her face about it, I was like, you don't have the fucking right, dude.
No, and that's another thing. At least he stood up for himself, but I think he knew he was fighting a losing battle. And then he was like,
yeah, because when we get to the freeze frame,
it was sad.
It's too bad. Too bad she doesn't have her own private dick or somebody to run him out of town.
Somebody threw trash on the side of the road. The tear.
Well, she's just like, this is over.
I never want to see you again.
Bye, girl, bye. I don't want to see you again. And then she's like, look, I know this hurts. I get it. I get it. She basically says the Fleabag line, it'll pass. And then
she's
he's just
right here. I know, but she's right here in his face, and she's like, you have blah, blah, blah.
Very, very.
Your carpet's ugly too.
My mom just grounded me.
Mom just grounded me from sex.
Me from sex.
I know. Peter crying.
Scene. And Peter's going to have to start.
Scene. And it's Peter. So drink twice.
Peter's going to have to start getting some lube out because his woman is gone.
I mean, he's been with that woman
his vagina.
So I think his lube is still right next to the bed.
His box of Kleenex and his Vaseline or lotion.
Yeah,
it is.
It hasn't moved. So what are we rating?
See, now
those crusty Playboy magazines.
Okay. So like I said, IMDb this is 7.5 out of 10. I know we're going to be all over the map on this one. I like this episode because it's very Jenna heavy. So I give this a 4.7 and Charlie's new horse, aka Darius.
I was the opposite end and I gave it a 4.15 and a set of the gayest China we can.
So gay.
It's not my least favorite episode. I still love the show. I love this episode because, yes, I love them all. But I can think of one that I will definitely rate lower when we get there. But this was one of the lower ones.
And I have a couple that rate lower. But I will say, I was going into this thinking I'm going to give it like a 3.75, like that low.
Ouch. I thought I was harsh.
It makes me more like it. No, because it makes me like it more now that we've actually had an open discussion about it. And I have realized some things maybe I missed or my ADD just like, and funny things. So I'm going to raise that to a
relatable.
I'm going to raise it to a 4.15. Okay, that's good for me.
That was pretty good.
And I'm going to give it a pair of fucking goddamn sandy pantyhose.
Like literally sandy, not even just sand, like the color.
Sand in your pantyhose.
Sand in those little crevices going in between her fucking toenails. I can, oh my God.
Yeah, she's not getting that out. When she puts her shoe back on, it's going to be like gritty.
Nobody.
It's like getting sand in your face.
Nobody.
It's going to exfoliate as she's walking.
Nobody likes sand in their crevices.
Or is it? Or is it a crevasse?
I am going to give this one. I'm going to give this one actually a 4.9 because I loved it.
Wait, what?
And I'm also going to give it. I'm saying the answer is birth control.
Right. I love your eyes right now. You're
this is how you do not find yourself in these situations.
We didn't really discuss that, but it's like, seriously, like how...
You're married. You're having an affair.
How could you have
protection, you dumb
Use a goddamn condom.
Use both. Use a condom.
Did she seriously not think it was a possibility? Still, she's not even 40 yet in the show, is she?
She's not even 40 in the show, right? Yet? No. See?
No. I think she's only like 30
something.
7,
she's like
38,
in her prime.
Definitely childbearing.
Yeah. She's in her wheelhouse. Her wheelhouse.
Actually, probably
the character of Sue Ellen in season 7 is younger than I am right now.
Probably in that phase where,
yeah, like you're real fertile.
Yeah, you're firing them off.
Yes. Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Bam, bam.
Like the end of the fireworks show, right?
Right.
That's what Peter's sperm was doing.
All right, let's see.
Anywho,
let's see.
I think
I'm going to give it a 2.2.
Right.
No, just kidding.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
2.2.
What's the lowest?
No, we'll save those episodes we'll save those ratings for later in the
face
series.
is as red as her hair.
No.
Her face is red?
Because he said 2.2.
I'm gonna.
You're kidding, though.
Right.
What are you really giving? He goes, right.
4.35.
That's not bad.
It wasn't action packed, but it moved things along, and it was kind of trended towards filler, but it wasn't filler, and not as much happened as could have happened, but set some things up and kind of got us ready.
A lot of yakety yak, and we learned nothing.
And we don't talk back, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to give it a plane ticket to South America and the Middle East with porn stars.
And you better have an answer when I get back.
Please,
yeah, I told you so.
Yeah. Awesome. So next time we are going to be talking about season 7, episode 21, episode 152 of the series. True Confession.
We're halfway to episode 304.
We'd just like to ask you some questions about the Randolph's son, Edgar.
I hoped he'd be dead by now.
I do what I have to do to get what I want.
You really don't know what kind of a viper you are.
You tell me what the highest bid is, and I'll hand you mine.
I don't see how you can live with yourself.
Once you give up integrity, the rest is a piece of cake.
Do you see what it says? It says the mother is Jenna Wade, but the father is Bobby Ewing.
Before we go, any last minute news? Anything you need to mention before we go?
Yeah.
Happy, I believe, 70th birthday coming up to Lee McCluskey on the 21st.
Hey, the 21st.
Yes.
Yes. Yep, he has a summer solstice
And stay
birthday.
tuned to
Now, hi, Pop.
whatever cast decide to pop on over before we head to South Fork.
And I need to get my Susan Howard skit lined up. She slacks me. Gotta work on that.
I was fortunate to get her to sign the album cover, so I'm happy. Back in 2008.
That's pretty cool.
Let's get a hold of her. I gave her a hug.
Buy your tickets to South Fork. Like, even if you are just buy like the lowest level if you want, and then we'll hang out because we're going to be hanging at the hotel the whole weekend. Come hang out with us, and we'll go have some beers at the bar, and we usually don't really sleep when we're there, so we'll have a good time.
Yeah.
You never,
and you get to see me act crazy.
and you never, pounding on my door in the middle of the night when I'm sleeping. And you never know which cast members are going to be meandering around the lobby at whatever time.
Spencer's with me tonight. Right, because the cast members stayed there too.
Except Josh Anderson.
And a lot of times
saw
they
them
just
every
come
morning.
down. And we
every
just
morning
hanging out.
they'd come get coffee or just sit in the lobby and wait on their people, and they talk to everybody.
Okay, that's Daddy.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Hello,
Who's your
Daddy?
daddy?
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy?
Spencer freaked out a little. He heard a little bang bang upstairs, and he was like, "Whoa, it's okay.
It's just Daddy."
Well, we'll see you then.
Anyway.
Bye.
Bye,
Y'all come
y'all.
back now, you hear?
Have a good night.
You hear?
The Ewing Barbecue Podcast is a Stitches creative production. Produced, edited, and graphic designed by Mary Louise Hutter. That's me. Social media by Josh Eilberg and Brad Mulholland. Our South Fork expert and behind-the-scenes helper is Jana Tim. Please check out our website, ewingbbq.com, for all things Dallas and Ewing barbecue related. Copyright 2025. Sit, Bella Lugosi, sit. Good duck.